everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. And if you're new, my name is Sandy. I am working on a Winnie the Pooh journal today. I found this beautiful fabric at Joann's, and I think it's just going to make, or no, Hobby Lobby. I think it's going to make such a pretty journal, and I'm actually going to make two journals out of it. One of them is going to be a gift, and then one I'm going to sell. So let me kind of back up a little bit here. So I'm using some chipboard that I purchased on Amazon, and I'll try to list that down below. But I have cut it. It's 9 inches tall and 6.5 inches wide. And the one that I'm making as a gift, I'm just going to do a little 1/2 inch spine, because I'm just going to make it, you know, kind of a nice little baby journal that the mom can kind of capture the first year. And then I have some of this lined paper. I got a file on Etsy that prints out the lines perfectly to make a journal page. And so I'm going to put some of these in here. I also have this book that I'm going to use some pages out of this book. And to this one, it's actually sewn in with string. And so I just went down with my little Fiskars X-Acto knife, finger X-Acto knife, and cut the strings. And I think I got all of them. I might not have got these up here. And I'm going to get the papers out of here. Oh yeah, no, the strings are cut. Perfect. So I'm going to use some pages from here to use in the journal. And then I also have a few solid color papers that I might add in there. And then I have some of these, and these are really old. These are from my stash. It's paper pizzazz, you know, that doesn't even exist anymore. But I'm going to use this sheet and this one and this one and then this one. So I think I'm going to put those in each of the journals. And then I have a few other pages. I don't know if I'm going to use them, but I think this elephant paper is darling. And this beautiful pansy paper, and this colored vellum, and then this daisy. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or not. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on today. Thought I'd turn on the camera. So I hope you all are doing well. Let me know what you all are up to. Leave a comment down below. Having a pretty good day. It's really stormy here. We had storms overnight, and then we're supposed to be having some more storms come in later this afternoon. So I'm trying to get these papers out of here without tearing them. I've had a busy couple weeks. Out to Seattle to visit our daughter, and that was a ton of fun. And then okay, so this is attached to that. Okay, that's helpful. So then this page is attached to that. Okay, got it. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so we had a lot of fun, but it was really, really cold in Seattle, so that was no fun. And I think I might use these two pages as the inside covers. I think that would just be really cute there. All right. Then I need to decide which pages I want to use. And I might have to trim them down just a little bit. This book is so cute. This is from 1978. Pretty sure it was 78. 75. All right, so let's work on the cover. Oh, it started to rain. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm actually going to attempt to do a soft cover. I'm going to use some of this batting. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. Okay, perfect. I'm going to cut off a piece. So I think I need this to be pretty much the same size. So this is 13 and a half. So I might do 13 on this. 13 by 9. So but I thought for a baby book it might be nice to have it be a little soft and squishy. So then this should go on here. And yeah, I might have to trim it up just a little bit, but I think that'll be perfect. Now I'm going to cut the fabric. So I need the fabric to be a little bit bigger for the fold over. Can y'all hear those birds out there? I sure hope you can. So what do I want to be the cover? I think Pooh being the cover would be the cutest here. Like that. Have Pooh on the cover. And then that would be the back. Get a little bit of Eeyore on the back. That would be cute. Okay, so need a little bit from the bottom here. Okay. And then about an inch. So yeah, so we got back from Seattle, and then I had bowling the next day, and then I went to the grocery, and then some friends of mine, and I, we went to this plant store here in Louisville. You might have seen the picture over on Instagram or Facebook. We went and did a make your own terrarium kind of class, so that was fun. Right. And then yesterday I took my mom to the doctor, and then another friend of mine, she had a party, had some friends over. So put that on top of that. Okay, that'll be perfect, I think. Yes. Oh, how cute. That's so cute. All right, I think that'll be nice. Perfect. And then I think I want to trim this down just a little bit. It's a little too tall. So yeah, so I've been busy. So today is really the first time I've been in the craft room in a week and a half. So I've been missing it. And then we have my youngest granddaughter's first birthday party tomorrow. She's 1 today. So exciting. Okay. All right, that'll be good. And there should bend over okay. Right. So I think I want white on the inside. So I'm going to glue on this side. So I guess I'll glue this down first. I don't know how secure I need to glue this. Start with the spine. Let's see. Yeah, this is the outside. Yep. So let me get this glued down. All I'm going to do is I'll put the glue down, I spread it, and I use these from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to try to leave about 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to start with the spine first. And I'm going to fold this in half so I kind of get it centered here okay. Alright, that looks good. Now you could use like an old cereal box. You could use a mailing envelope. The cereal boxes, the spine was going to be, you know, at least 1 inch to 2 inches. And I just didn't want that big of a spine, because I didn't want it to be that big of a book, if that makes sense. Okay, that's good. There we go. That's pretty good. And next I'm going to put the fabric on. That's really cute. Alright, that looks pretty good. So bring these around and glue them. And I know a lot of people like to cut the corners off, so you can do that as well. I just like folding it over because it's one less step you have to do. And then if you cut them, don't cut it right, then your corner of your wood, of your chipboard might show. but it's totally personal preference. Oops. And I'm not putting any fabric on the front side because I just don't think it's needed. Because I'll just fold this up. I'll just want to get a nice kind of a nice pull on it, if you will, so it's not too loose on the other side. It's really raining now. Okay, so flip that up. And maybe I'll pull the top side a little bit tighter. So cute. All right, I'm back. I just want to do this last side over here. So I didn't pull the fabric too tight as I did the opposite side, you know, long ways and short ways. I just kind of made sure it was snug, and then I made sure that the spine, there was enough spacing there in the spine to where it would fold okay. Oh my gosh, you all, look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. How cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. All right, there is the cover. Now I am gonna let this dry, and I am gonna work on cutting my papers. So because this is 13 and a half, any of my 12 by 12 papers I won't have to trim lengthwise, just height-wise, so that'll be good. And then these papers I might have to trim a little bit. Let's see how long they are. They're right at 13, so I may not have to trim them. So I'll be back, and let me trim up some of the papers. I am working on the binding. I'm going to do my hidden spine again. I have quite a few videos that show how to do it in detail, but so I'm going to go kind of quickly here. So this is Tyvek. I buy it on Amazon, and I will glue the Tyvek. I'll sew the signature into this, and then I'll glue the Tyvek into here. So I make the Tyvek a little bit shorter because I don't want it sticking out at the top or the bottom. And then I will go about half an inch or so onto each, the front and the back cover. And then I have, you know, space for the spine part as well. So I cut it down and I folded it in half. And so the dimensions are, it's just under 8.5, and then it is about just over 1 3/4 inches. So it's like 1 7/8 inches. And then I fold it in half to get the center, and that's where, since it's just one signature, I'll poke the holes in here. But before I do that, I actually cover this with fabric. So I'm going to use the same fabric on the cover. So I'm going to cut out a little piece, and then I will glue this to the Tyvek, and then I'll poke the holes, and then I'll sew the signature in. So let me cut this piece of fabric down, and I'll be back. So then this hangs over and covers up the Tyvek. So let me glue this down. All right, so you put a lot of the glue on, and then put that onto the fabric as straight as you can. And then the center as much as you can. And then you really push that down. Get a credit card. Really push that down. Because this is what's going to get glued into your journal. And it'll get glued in like that. But first we got to sew the signature in. And I really am excited because I think these are going to look adorable here and here. So I'm going to let this dry before I poke any holes in it. Okay, so this has dried. That's looking good. This has dried. So I am going to work on sewing my signatures in. So I'm going to do one last look at the papers. You want to make sure that they're lined up the way you want them. You all have to hear that. That's just crazy. And I'm just centering these papers up. The lined paper, I want it to kind of be equidistant from the top and bottom of the larger page. It's raining and the sun is out, you all. All right, stay focused here. Use my big paper clips. So I have this little container where I store all my bookbinding tools. This is going to end up being 60 pages front and back, which I think is perfect. And I'm going to put some of those photo, clear plastic photo pockets in there, in here. So she can have a place to put some photos if she so chooses. It's important to make sure you have good, these are in a really sharp V. Since I'm doing just one signature, it's easy. I can just mark where I want them with my awl. And I just use a book. I put these down into the open book like that. And that way I get a really nice sharp V. And I'm just going to poke one in the middle. And I'll poke one down here. And I got all the 3 holes. And then now I want to align these up. Gosh, now the wind is blowing, the sun is out, it's raining. It's just craziness. They said it was going to be wild today. They actually called off school today. Isn't that crazy? Because of these storms. Okay, I'm going to do a little mark. So I can see. So yeah, you want your pages to lie inside the cover well. So I have my fold that I did on the tie back, and so I just marked with a pencil, and I'm going to put a T up here for the top and put this aside. I love how squishy this is. Thanks to the paper tears for that idea. And then I just used the front and back cover and poke the holes right down in there. Over. Push the fabric back down. And it's as easy as that. Then I don't really need the book anymore. I don't need my awl anymore. Now I need my needle. And these are embroidery needles. So it has a, it's not a small hole, but it's not super large either. And I think I want, I'm trying to think what color thread I want to use. This will be the center. I mean, green could look nice. Yeah, I'll do a green. I know I don't have my threads organized nicely. Don't judge me. This weather is crazy. Oh, you all, sorry. This was sitting on my desk. Look what my granddaughter Mary made my husband and I for Valentine's Day. Isn't that adorable? It says, "I love you, Grandpa and Gigi, Mary." Oh, melts my heart. Okay, so I got it at the top. There's the top. And then I need some embroidery thread. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then the thing you have to remember is you want to sew onto this side because you're going to glue that side down into the book. Thread the needle, and I start in the middle. In the middle here. And then you can go up or down, either one. Okay, and then you want one on one side and one on the other. The top. And then you can take these off now. And yeah, perfect. Take the needle off. And then I want to make sure it's tight back here. There's no gaps in there. Get it nice and tight. Hold my finger there. And then pull it tight. time. And then I'm going to do one more just for measure. There we go. And then I'll trim this off. All right, so there we have it. So now I want to glue it in to this bad boy. And the easiest way I find to do it is I'm going to put glue here down the middle, and then I'll put this on, and I'm going to let that dry for a little bit, and then I'll put the glue on the rest of this side, and then I cover it up with, and then I'll trim these down and glue those in. All right, it's coming together quickly. So let me get my glue. All right, so I got the glue spread out right there. So I'm going to line this up as best I can in the center. And I want my paper pages to be equidistant from the top and the bottom. And then I want to make sure that I have that in the center. And I have it straight like that. And then that. Check it one more time. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I want to slide it down just a little bit. All right, so then I'm going to start pressing that tie back down into the glue. You can use your bone folder. Run it along there. And then you can check it. Make sure it looks centered there. And then I am going to let that dry for just a minute or two. Yeah, that looks good. Perfect. I'm going to let that dry, and then I will put glue here and glue this down, and then I will put glue on this side and glue that side down. But I want to let that just kind of marinate there. Okay, it's really not marinating. It's the glue is drying. Okay, I'll be back. I got the rest of the spine glued in. See how good that looks there? So I'm going to let that dry. Got those glued in. And while that's drying, I am going to trim down these papers for the inside, front, and back cover. So I've cut these down to size, and I'm going to glue them in right here and right here. All right, I think I am calling this journal finished. So let me do a flip through for you. So I've added the corner protectors on here, and I went with a kind of an antique bronze. And then I have this book page from an old book that I put here. Here, this cute little label that I had, and I thought they could put the baby's name and the day it was born, the weight and height, or length, I guess. And then on this side, I added an envelope pocket, and then I added several of these photo pockets so she could pick and choose where she might want to put those and put some pictures of the baby. And here's one of those coin envelopes, and I got this at Daiso. Check out my Seattle haul. You can see everything I got when I was in Seattle. And then flip through. You got the middle of the signature here. The other thing I did is I added some washi tape along some of these pages, and then I added another little little label there. And then here I added a little vellum pocket and put another label in there. She can use that however she wants. And then I did another one of these envelope pockets and added another coin envelope in there. So she can keep cards in the pockets, whatever she wants to do. And then decorated this page up with some Daiso stationery. And then you get to the end of the journal. So it's very simple. I didn't want to go too over the top with it, but the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write a little letter kind of explaining, you know, how she can use this journal, and different suggestions and ideas of what she can do. Because, you know, in my mind, you know, you might want to write like the birth, and you might want to write some ideas, or not ideas, but your memories of the birth, and then maybe the 1 month old, like what are they doing? Are they, you know, kind of holding their head up, or how are they doing with their bottles? And then month 2, and then you can add a photo, and then month 3. So, but I didn't want to dictate that. But I'm going to give her those suggestions that she can write about each month, because there's enough pages up to when the baby is a year old. And so yeah, so that letter, I think, and I'll clip that on the front here, and that way that'll give her some ideas of how she wants to use the journal, like what the baby's first words, things like that, you know, how the baby is sleeping or not sleeping. What are the favorite little books that you think the baby likes to have read to them? So all sorts of things you can kind of write down in there. But I think this fabric is just gorgeous, and I think it'll look really cute. Like, you could set it up on a bookshelf like that, and it'll stand up. And if she wants, I can put a plate on the front of it, but I'll ask her that if she wants the cover to have a little plate or not. But yeah, I'm excited to give it to her. I hope that she likes it. And I made this all in one day. Really only took probably, I don't know, about 3 hours maybe. Starting and stopping, not continuous. But yeah, let me know what you all think about this journal. I think it turned out really cute, and I am going to make another one. The pages will be a little bit different, the book pages, but it'll be very, very similar otherwise. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. Love y'all.